Happy Holi friends, to the front of you I have sitting there making out a story about of Holika. While we coming to burn the effigy of Holika in this holy carnival, about of that just I am going to share throughout this video, and I will explain of that all kinds of the sentences related from the part of this Holika story according of my own way. Means as I have read of that story in the same way just I am going to share to you. So all my friends, you must watch this video till ends in English to English, and you evolve for words power and sentences power and also speaking power. These all kinds of the things you can increase after watching of any English video. If you watch continually, if you watch one and one in your daily life, really minds will have lots of the words or sentences for contributing with any person. Because nowadays some of the friends are hobbled while speaking, some of the friends are muddled while speaking, some of the friends are haggled while speaking. Why all of you are haggled? Why all of you are fumbled? Why all of you are muddled? About that, all of you have to seek inside of the mind. You will have to seek about of those kinds of the circumstance, from which kinds of the circumstance just you are involved. About of that, you will have to search. If you will be eligible for searching of that all kinds of the circumstance, then really in your life there will not come up any itty bitty problem. There will not come up any little bit problem. You can talk with any person with confidently. You can talk with any person with very expensively, because you will have lots of the confidence. Confidence makes me very great experience, but experience comes just with my knowledge. If we have good knowledge, then really our confidence level that will be automatically evolved, and we can do of any kinds of the thing, whatever our view will say, whatever our notion will say, according of our notion we can complete of those kinds of the work in our life. So just I am saying to you, all of you have need to increase words power or sentences power and communications skills related with all manners. All of us have need to increase here after practicing too so much. So my all friends, you watch this video one and one. Now just I am going on the topics, which topic about I have to share with you all friend. In this place just I am going to tell of you about Holika. In this festival, we are knowing that there was a king, his name was Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu was very savage king. Means he was understanding to himself that I am a god of this earth. For some time, he understood to himself that I have been God for every citizen of this state, and he was not wanting to see of any god, goddess, and any deity. He was knowing only that I can help to every citizens, and for every citizens I am a god. This matter was being thought by Hiranyakashipu, and one time just he thought that I should announce among all subjects to telling that now all of you will not have to worship of any god and goddess, and just he proclaimed in all over of his state for gathering to every subject, and all of the subject gathered in the palace of Hiranyakashipu, and just Hiranyakashipu he proclaimed among all of the subjects, you listen everyone's, from today all of you will not have to worship of any god and goddess by any deity except of me. If any persons who will have to chant the name, then you chant of my name. If anybody who has to worship, then you worship me. You do not worship of any god and goddess, because on this earth there is not any sign of God. Like this matter it was told by that Hiranyakashipu, but all of the subject when heard of this kinds of the matter, then they all became to very worry. They all became to very depressed to thinking this, and my gods, I think the king has been made. I think our kings has not good sense. Actually, for sometimes the king has accepted, means he has understood to himself that I have been God for every subject. Like this matter, it was thought by the subjects, but subject already were knowing about of that Hiranyakashipu. Really, he is very bad kings, and he is like of any demon. But you are knowing already that if the king will order of subjects for following of anything, then really the subject have to follow that, and becoming to helpless, all of the subjects started to follow, and no any subjects were worshipping of any god, goddess, any deity except of Hiranyakashipu. But Hiranyakashipu also he had a son. His name was Prahlad. He was devotee of Vishnu. But when Prahlad became about 7-8 years old, then just he started to chant the name of Vishnu. And whole times and whole day he kept on chanting only the name of Vishnu. But when Hiranyakashipu heard of that matter through of any person, and also he heard to chanting the name of Vishnu, just Hiranyakashipu became to very angry one Prahlad, and just so Hiranyakashipu started to explain the front of Prahlad, you have not to take the name of any god and goddess. If you take the name of God, then I will cut off your tongue, and also I can kill of you. Like this matter, it was being threatened by Hiranyakashipu. But when Prahlad heard of that matter, then also Prahlad was not ready to accept of his father's words, because Prahlad was knowing already of that this earth has been constructed by God. This earth has not been created by my father, but my father really has lost of his sense. He has not good wise. Now this time he has understood to himself that I have been God for every creature of this state. It is wrong thinking for my father. And Hiranyakashipu, when he advised of Prahlad, you do not worship of any god, Prahlad was not ready to accept of his father's words, and he was only chanting the name of Vishnu. But every day he kept on chanting. But when Hiranyakashipu every day he was listening of that, chanting the name of the Vishnu, then he started to think of that. I have announced in all over my state, means do not worship, do not take the name of any god or goddess by any deity except of me, and they all are following. And in my home, if my son will not follow this, then really all of the subject will not start to follow this. So I will have to do something for my son. And one time, two times, he saw to explaining of his son, do not take the name of the god. But when Prahlad did not start to understand of that matter, then just Hiranyakashipu thought that I will have to do something more, any other work. And what shall I have to do about that? Just he thought. And he thought that, okay, I will have to kill off my son. And how to kill my son? Actually, he already, Prahlad was telling, on every place, there is God. He thought that if our God is in every place, in everything that is acquiring of our God, then how that is acquiring, also I will see that. So just Hiranyakashipu started to search out of any strategy to kill off his son. Then he thought that I have a sister, and my sister name is Holika. Means Hiranyakashipu is thinking this matter. My sister name is Holika, and she has got a boon through Brahma after penanting. Means if you will be gone in the flame of fire, then you will not burn. Like this matter, like this boon, it was given by Brahma of my Holika sister. So why not? I should call of my sister, and I will say to my sister, you keep a Prahlad in your lap and you sit inside of fire flaming, and my sister will be remained, and my son will be burnt in that fire. At the stage, he thought like this matter. Just he just invoked of Holika. Just Holika is appeared the front of Hiranyakashipu, and Holika is telling to Hiranyakashipu, my bro, let's say, what are you telling and why did you recall me? Now Hiranyakashipu is telling what to say, my sister, I have a big problems. I have ordered to all over the state, do not worship of any god or goddess and also any deity, but in my home, my son is not ready to accept of this matter. Means you are not a god. There is another god on this earth. This earth has been made by nature. This earth has been made by God. Like this matter, it is being told by my son. So what to do this time? I am telling you, if Prahlad is telling you that in everything it is acquiring of God, then today I will see where his God is acquiring. I am telling of you, you have got a boon through of Brahmaji not to burn through of any fire and all. Then I am telling of you today, you sit in fire to taking of Prahlad in your lap, and when he will take up the name of God and all, at that time he will burn or not, I will see that, and you are knowing already that you are not to burn through of any fire flames. This I will shake up today. So I am telling of you, you will have to do so as I have told of you. Just Holika is telling, of course I will follow as you have told to me. I am ready to follow that. And just Holika coaxed of Prahlad, and Prahlad came to Holika, and Holika just said to Prahlad, you sit on my lap and I will sit on the large heap of wood, and in that times I will see where is your God. Means like this matter, it is being told by Holika, and Prahlad just came in the lap of Holika, and Holika just she sitting on the heap of wood to taking of Prahlad, and any of the servant came and just a stroke in that woods. All of the woods started to burn. Means the fire flame started to spread it in all over the place. When that fire flames reached to Holika, Holika just started to cry, and she started to scorch. When she started to scorch, just she started to shout loudly, and she started to say that, save me, save me, save me. But on the place of Holika, just Prahlad had sitting, squatting, and Prahlad was missing of God. He was missing of Vishnu, but he was not getting of any effect. Through the flame of that fire, when that fire flames started to scorch up the body of Holika. Just Holika started to cry and she started to say that stab me, now I am burning. I think the boon of Barmaji, it is false. It is lie. But when she started to say like this matter, then just Barmaji appeared the front of Holika and Barmaji is saying to Holika, my boon is not false. Your doing is worst or doing is bad. That's why my boon is like of dead duck. My boon is not supporting of you in this time. I had given of you that boon for helping humans being any kinds of the creature, if any creatures, any humans are involved in any big circumstance, whether they are involved in any fire flame, in that case you had to use of this boon, but you did not do so. That's why you are burning this time, because you have used of this boon for destroying of a devotee of Vishnu. So today you can't save, because you have not used of this for any good working, you have used of this for any bad working. Then today no any person, no any god, whether goddess, no any one can help of you and no any can save of you. When Holika realized of that matter, really I have used of these boons for destroying of a devotee of God, really I have done wrong. This matter was confessed by Holika, and Holika is burnt through that fire flames, and when she is burnt and all of the woods also that is burnt, then only Prahlad is remained alive on the S of Taito Yud. When Prahlad is remained there, then just all of the servant, all of the messenger, all of the person, all of the subjects of Daito Hiranyakaship's state, they all started to see that, oh my God, how much is angelic power. Actually, really, there is the power of God. There is very angelic power of God. Because Prahlad was taking the name of God, only he was chanting the name of God, and he still remained alive. But when Hiranyakashipu saw of that Prahlad is still alive and my sister has burnt exactly, then just also for some time he is daunted and he started to think of that, but what to do this time? Hiranyakashipu also, he was knowing to himself that I have done too wrong, and he had crimed so much in his estate. Due to that, he was doing like this crime whole times for dying, means he was wanting to die through the hand of Vishnu. But I am telling of you, my old friends, this story I have told of you for improving of English speaking skills, for improving of word power, sentences power, the all kinds of the things, skills increasing. I have decided of that story. I think all of you have heard of that story completely, and all of you may have felt very nice after watching of this video. Again, I will visit in my next video. For till then, thank you. Bye bye.